Real quick before we get into building this setup, I just started an Instagram account for the channel. If you care anything about seeing tech related posts or behind the scenes of what I do here on the channel, be sure to check that out. What's up everybody, welcome back to TechGear. In this video, it's going to be something a little different than what I've been doing here lately. I have recently put my house on the market for sale and am in the negotiation process with some people on buying that. So what I have done is went and bought a fifth wheel RV that I'm going to stay in temporarily while I build another place, and I'm going to have to run my YouTube channel and do everything that I do from this little bitty RV, or it's not little, it's actually a decent sized RV, but it's all going to happen right here. So this couch that I'm sitting on is going to be removed. There's a couple different options that I had when looking at the RV and kind of coming up with ideas of what I can do. This RV in particular has an extra bedroom in it in the back that I was going to convert into my office. Now where the couch is in that portion of the camper is in the slide out as well, but the slide out is not as deep and there's no outlets in the room. Mainly the slide not being deep enough threw me out on that idea, because my feet on my desk would hang off the front and potentially rock off of the slide, and that's a no-go. So this right here is going to be my best option. It's also better for lighting. This room stays a little bit more lit, and I'll have windows to look out right here behind me at the desk while I'm working. Whatever, I can look around my monitor and just have a better view while I'm doing things. So I'm excited about that. I'm not excited about losing space where I can hang out with my dog and you know, just easy space to use, sit down or set something down as you come in, but it's going to be all right. It ain't forever. Now, as you can tell through the windows back here, I have a carport covering the camper right now. It's there to stay while I stay here, and it's to help keep the efficiency down and the cost down of living here, and to take care of the camper itself. But at that cost, it lowers my visibility for sunshine, so I'm going to have to come up with ways to light my areas. You can see how my arm here and just the atmosphere in here is really dark. I'm working on coming up with different ideas, and I've got a couple in mind. I'm waiting on some products to come in to really help me with my situation. Now, going back to the couch removal, this is a pretty good little area here. I'm going to have about 68 inches of usable space in width, and I'm thinking a little over 30 inches in depth, and my desk is about 30 inches, so it's going to fit in this slide very well. Also, right here to the end of my arm, I have an outlet built into the slide, which I needed in that room back there. So that is cool. I'm going to have power basically right here where my computer is going to be, and everything should work out good. Over here at the end of the couch in this whole slide, there is 2 recliners, so I do still have a place to sit, watch TV and everything, but this main area is going to be the setup. By being in this big room with my setup, I'll be able to position my camera further away and get, you know, a better depth of field when talking to the camera, and have my setup in the background or something. So I have more usable options with being in this larger space. So moving forward, the first step for me is going to be to get the couch out and the desk in, and then I can start building my setup. Okay, so I'm at a bit of a standstill. I've got the couch taken apart to where I believe we can handle the rest out of the door. I went ahead and took all of it to the storage trailer that I have. By taking these apart, I noticed that the armrest to my recliner over here it kind of doubled as the armrest for the couch. So that part is still there. It is loose. It was held in just by the pressure of the couch right there. There's a little indentation right here where the couch slid into. So what I'm going to do is use this storage container or this, I guess, cube that came out of my house. I'm going to put it in there long ways because it is deep enough, and have somewhere to put a lamp, some storage, and a place to set a drink. And I'm hoping that it will be enough weight to hold this straight up and down for my recliner, and if not, I can get a couple 2x4s and kind of bolt this to that, so make it all one piece. I think that cubicle being there long ways would really help sturdy things up and give me a lot of storage to keep some things from my office anyway. So really good idea that I thought of. Now my desk is going to sit roughly kind of in the middle of this window right here. Hopefully all the way over to this window, which would mean I kind of have some view while I'm working, with the cube running long ways right here. And I'm hoping it leaves me enough space kind of in the corner to put my PC on a platform off of the desk, so I can maximize the desk space that I have. my PC is very bulky, so I'm hoping that I can get it off of there. But as for right now, I'm going to wait on a friend to come and help me get this last piece out and get my desk in, and we'll pick up from there. Alright, so fast forward to the very next day. I have shaved my face, and I also got the couch out. So a friend of mine come over last night, we got the couch out. Now the desk coming back in, different story, pretty tough. We couldn't make the turn into the camper at any angle. Then we discovered that we could easily take 2 bolts out of the bottom and take one of the legs off, and that's when I realized the legs are extremely heavy. The top of the table isn't that bad, but the legs are insanely heavy. But we did manage to get that in here, and it's right here. So I'm gonna take the camera off and kind of show you around the new setup here. Okay, so this is what it looks like from a distance. I'll put my chair back over there. Now this is the cube storage that I was talking about. I was able to sandwich it up against the recliner here. You can see how the armrest is flared out just a little bit because there's no clip in this area to keep that back. But I think this is going to work just fine. Also gives me a place to sit some stuff while I'm sitting down. Some of my cups won't fit in those cup holders, so the table is going to be great. And also storage for the office area in there. But over to the most important thing, the desk. This desk is a very adjustable desk, so I can raise it and lower it. I think that's really useful in this area because I use this for a gaming setup, and I'm going to use it to work on YouTube videos. So if I need to stand up, I can raise the desk or get it at a comfortable height. This is my autonomous chair that I salvaged from my house. I act like I'm trying to pick out stuff that wasn't no good, but this is an excellent chair. So this is going to be in here. Over here I do have one outlet in the slide, because this is a slide out that all this is in. I do have a outlet built in right here, so I ran an extension cable down there with that big old power brick, or I guess you would plug multiple devices in, so most of my setup will be on there. I also have that other wire running to that lamp. And once I get the rest of my gear over here and stuff that I own, I will be able to adjust the color and the hue and all that stuff of that light, because it is a Philips Hue light. So once I get my bridge over here, I'll be able to have a lot more, customizing I can do. Now I should have enough stuff here to make a setup, so I'm going to start with putting my monitor stand on here and mount a monitor. Alright, so got all this put together. The only thing missing is the PC, and there's a reason for that. Now the case that I recently moved into is the Lee & Lee 011 Dynamic, and it's very big. It's the kind of like the mid-tier version of that case. My desk just isn't big enough for that case. Now there is 2 options I have, or 3 really. Third one being just move my monitor over and make it fit on this desk, which is possible. It's just going to be crowded. I don't want it like that. The other 2 options is I can get rid of the lamp and put my computer right there on the end of that. Don't really like that idea because of this being so close. I think it would be probably not the best thing for heat. And there's also 2 fans on this side of the case, which will be about right in this area, right in front of the armrest if I done it that way. And the last option, which is the third one, and the one that I'm probably going to go with, is to build a little platform in between the desk and the cubicle, just to keep it off the carpet and stick it on a little platform down there. So that is probably the option I'm going to go with. I've already measured, and I know I have enough room here on width. Now the next step for me is to build a little platform to set the PC on. So got my dolly built, put the PC on it right there, got it powered up, everything is working properly. I do think I am going to put the PC up under the desk in that left corner. There's enough space on this side And since I put the wheels on that dolly, I can straddle the desk leg and get the PC kind of tucked in the corner. And that would allow me to have this space here to get to the window, and also to pull out these cubes. And I also have fans on the right side of my PC right here, and they don't have much breathing room. I did not think about that, and I did think about it. Now, I'm not going to move my PC right yet because I have some measurements to take, and that is, do I have enough room on this side of the desk to mount my second monitor and keep it off of this window? That way if I raise and lower my desk, it doesn't touch or grab anything. Now, as everybody knows by this point in the video, I'm in a camper. I've removed the couch to put this desk here, so I had to create this space for my setup. And it's a good size space for this desk that I have in here, but there's no room for these big, video lighting that I have for my videos and in my channel. There's just not enough room in here for it, so I had to go with a more compact lighting setup. I have picked up the Elgato key light. It's supposed to be very good quality lighting. It's very thin, so I'll be able to have it mounted on the desk and not take up any space. Basically just have the post that holds it up and the light itself. There'll be a drop cord, for power going to the power brick, but it's essentially going to be way smaller than all of my other dedicated like cob lights that I have. I actually bought 2 of them, so I can have one on each side of the desk and dedicate it for my top-down shots, and hopefully have a good soft light. I can turn them both down. They're both controllable via app, which I have not used before. I've bought Elgato products in the past, but I've never owned the Elgato Stream lights, so I'm looking forward to that. And then to top it all off, I got the Steam Deck for the PC. So on top of having individual custom buttons for my computer, I can turn my lights on and off, change the intensity, the brightness, the color, all that from the Steam Deck from my PC. So should be a cool experience. I'm gonna have to figure out how to use it, but this is the lighting that I have for this small setup. Okay, so I finally think I'm done. Now, last night I was unboxing those Elgato key lights that I have on and working, and so far I like them a lot. But there was a problem. So I was tightening up the one on the right side, I believe, and the tightening handle just broke off. So that's kind of a bummer. The lights are built very well. The build quality is extremely well on them, but I don't know if I just tightened it too hard. I don't think I did. I know better than to do it with my monitor mounts, so I didn't do it with this. This is made out of like a really hard plastic. It's not metal, but the inside is like spline gears, and for some reason it just stripped them and come off. So I'm hoping I can get either a replacement handle or swap the light out for one that is not broken. But the lights, the quality of them are extremely well. I've done some quick unboxing videos last night using the new lights, and they look excellent. But moving on, I think it's turning out really well. Perfect place for me to play games and to operate this YouTube channel and do some work. This is a standing desk like I mentioned before, so I can work standing up or sitting down at the desk. And the cool thing is the camera mount and the lights go up the exact same level, so I don't have to adjust anything. You just, wherever the desk height is, everything is set properly. So that is cool. Now, I know I'm not the first person to ever do this in an RV, but I do feel pretty strong that I may be the very first or amongst the few tech people to do it, to try to do tech reviews and do all that from inside of here. And obviously I would rather have a space to do it. The office in my house worked okay for that. A little bit bigger would have been nice, and really a little bit more time from work to be able to work on my own stuff at home would be nice. I work a lot. But the next place that I build is gonna have hopefully a dedicated spot to do all this, and with a little bit more room. I'd like just one big room, and I can section off different areas as I need to. But to be able to get the sim rig in there too would be really cool. I've actually got a triple monitor setup to do with that. I can't set it up because I don't have room. Talking about monitors, I do want to add a second one. I find that really, really beneficial to me if I'm playing a game and want to do some work on the left, or just use the computer in general while I have a game running. I tend to play Xbox on this monitor a lot with my friends, and just to have the computer right beside it at ease would be very nice. So I'm probably going to do that eventually. Right now the monitors are tied up on my computer at my old house, and right here it's going to get a little crowded over here, I know, but I do want to add that. Now as for the computer mount that I made down on the floor, it's just a rolling stand basically. I tucked it in the left corner, so this slide and where my desk is deep enough to where I can stretch my legs and not hit the computer. It's off to the left. Now that also gave me enough room to get my speaker set up, my subwoofer on the floor, as well as my Xbox sitting on top of that. So it's going to cycle between the desk setup and the TV that's in the living room right here. So I've got 2 power cables. All I gotta do is move the box back and forth and everything else works fine. My controller's gonna live right here on this end table that I have between my kind of sitting area for the living room and the desk. And the cool thing is I can reach it from the desk or from the living room because it's like 8 inches away. So that's actually kind of cool. To get the stand to fit up under the desk right behind me, I had to pull the desk off of that left window just a little bit. And it worked out because I can still squeeze in between right here to raise and shut my blinds easily. And it also gave me enough room to get that subwoofer for the speaker system. And by the way, my monitor does not have speakers, and I didn't realize that until I moved it over here. I thought it did not. So I didn't have no sound on my computer, and I had to bring my dedicated audio setup over here. It's a little bulkier than I wanted. I hate cluttering up the desk, but it's something that you kind of have to have. Now, if any of y'all would like a dedicated video going over what I have as far as components and gear and everything in my setup right here, it's a lot of stuff. It doesn't look like a lot, but there's a lot that goes into a setup like this as far as everything that you're going to need. This ain't even got anything to do with how I edit videos. I edit videos on a laptop, so that's a whole nother slew of things that I need to make that happen. But it's cool that I have a place in here dedicated. I can sit down at any time, get straight to work now. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up this video. If you like the setup in here, give me a thumbs up, let me know that I'm doing something right. And also, don't forget to comment down below if you'd like to see a dedicated video of me going over what is actually in the setup. There's a lot of stuff right here, so y'all let me know. Until next time, y'all have a good day. Later.